Hello and welcome. Today I'm sharing the last page in my mini back-to-back bound journal. I have this laying around for years. I don't know, I believe for 3 years or so. And there was just one spread that wasn't done, and I thought I will do this today. I just shared a reel on Instagram with this flip through, and I got so many positive response, and so I thought I would just flip through here again. And that's the good thing on that back-to-back bound journals, you can lay them flat. I will link up a tutorial for such a journal in the top right corner info box of the video screen, so you can check that out. I have already some background color on my page. It's gesso and some orange colors, and now I'm going in with a little bit of pink. I'm so in an autumn mood at the moment, and I love these warm colors, so I decided I will create another autumn page today. I'm applying the paints just with my fingers. That's my favorite way of painting because it's super intuitive and playful, and I find it very easy and less intimidating against a brush. Most of the time I have a piece of scrap paper laying next to me where I put on some leftover paints, and these are great for collaging or just to stamp some images on and cut them out. Here I'm making some marks with a small flat brush just to get different textures and to add more dimension to the page. When the background is dry, I add some gold splatters to the background. For my main images, I'm stamping my textured mushroom stamps to, I believe it's watercolor paper. It's a piece I had left over. And I'm using Archival Ink because I want to color those in with watercolors, and I don't want to get the ink bleeding. I love using watercolors for my stamped images, as this is a super fast way to color in. Of course, I do it more loose. I see a lot of images on the internet where people color their stamps so wonderful, but I am not able to do this. I don't know why. It's always when I try to make it perfect, it gets totally imperfect, so I try to make it not perfect, and that's what I like the most. As always, I have linked up all my stamps I've used in the video description, and there is also a link to my blog post where you can have a look at the close-up images of the finished spread. I cut the mushrooms out and I left a small white border around them to make the images pop from my background when I adhere them. And here you see me stamping some background images. I would say these are leaves from our Cuffed Whimsy Wood stamp set. And this is my favorite stamp set for autumn. I so love this. It's made by Donna. She was a designer for Bibi, the former owner of Rubber Dance, and she made these stamps from original hand-carved stamps, and these are so pretty. I have a bunch of hand-carved stamps that I made also a few years ago, and I haven't used them for such a long time, but maybe I will go through my stash and have a look if they could make a nice stamp set. I'm also using Archival Ink to stamp them. I would prefer StazOn inks because they dry much faster on an acrylic surface, but I'm running out of the black ink and I have to look if it's now possible to reorder it, but during the pandemic no German store had them in stock, so I have to look if I be able to get a re-inker. I've stamped kind of a frame with the leaves, and now I add a little bit of more texture with the Rubber Dance vintage postcard stamp. I really like this stamp. It's so versatile. You can stamp it as a whole image to use it for collaging, or you can just use it as a background stamp with that script font on it. And as always, I have added some splatters to my page. I used black acrylic ink for that. Before gluing down the mushrooms, I add some white dots to them, and I use a white gel pen for that. I'm not sure if I should glue down the mushrooms directly as they are to the spread, or if they maybe need some earth where they grow out. And I decided I will add kind of a bottom to the page, and I just use a black watercolor pencil for that. I think that fits much better. I just arrange the mushrooms and have a look what I like the most, and then I glue them down. To finish up the page, I'm creating a sentiment with the words "Create Art", and these are from my Grungy Stuff stamp set, and I just stamped them to the piece of leftover watercolor paper, and then I cut them out and stick them to my page. And that is my page for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you will see us next time. And I wish you a wonderful weekend. Bye!